Welcome to Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for today's game and the doubleheader. Third game of the series. Harding won the first two games, looking to make it a sweep. Ouachita Baptist obviously trying to respond with a win of their own. Pitching for today for Ouachita Tigers is Luke House. Luke House is from Decatur, Texas. He's a senior this year. In 2024, he finished with a 6-6 record in 15 appearances, 13 starts. He tossed a team high of 3 complete games and threw a shutout as well. He finished with a 5.45 ERA and 71 innings pitched, striking out 65 and only walking 28. He was named GAC Pitcher of the Week after that shutout that he pitched against Monticello. His first pitch of the game, called ball. To hit a very similar starting lineup for Harding. Starting things off is Nathan Bowie. In last game, obviously letting up a lot of runs was a big problem for Ouachita. It just felt like they couldn't get anything going offensively either. That pitch is fouled back. Behind the plate for Ouachita is Joseph Bolin. You see a little bit of a different starting lineup in today's game. Obviously the pitcher Luke House. You see Logan Bell in right field. You see Kendall Cassidy, who actually came in relief for Kaiser Smith. He's at first base. I talked a little bit about how he started out here as a pitcher only, transfer from McLennan Community College, and then got up here and could see that he could swing it a little bit, and so they're letting him swing it in today's game. That ball's fouled back. He's at first base. At second base, you see Austin Gathright, the freshman. Wesley Scott at short. The 3-2, fouled back again. Luke House listed at 6'6", 185. Very tall frame, hard for hitters to see. That pitch at the knees, called ball. So first batter of the game is walked.
Third baseman Logan Lacey.
Lacey up to the plate. Pitch at the knees, called ball again. Seems like he's not getting those pitches down at the knees. House's second pitch. Struck into right center gap. Bell, nice grab in the gap as he throws a glove up and falls into it. Nice job from Bell in right field. First base or even DH a little bit, mainly first base. And in today's game, we see him in right field making a good grab. It's first out of the game. Runner tries to go. Throw down. Safe. Tough for Joseph Bolin, the catcher, to make much of a play there. Made as much of an effort as he could. At third base, there's Cole Bedwell. And left field is Garrett Graham. Graham had 2 hits last game and had a home run to go with it. That pitch called strike, and fastball in the dirt, got an ugly swing at it. The 1-1. Nice job from Bowling there to block things up. A little bit of an upset across the street as Henderson took down Monticello. The first and second game. High fly ball in the left field. Graham going to have to make a play on it, and he does. Nice job by Graham again to get to the gap. We saw Bell do it the out before, and Graham there to make a good play as well. I think that wind is really starting to play a little bit of a factor with the ball getting caught up, especially to that pool side, left side, for righty hitters. Ouachita is coming off of a series sweep against East Central and then lost in the midweek game against Delta State on Tuesday. The pitch. Nice slider there on the outside. Called strike. Coming into the game, Harding is ranked number 24 in Division II baseball. Ouachita has had a tough schedule up until this point. High fly ball. Looks like he just missed that one. Camped underneath it. Is now in center field. Nice job of House to leave the runner stranded and get out of the inning. Ouachita's looking to do some damage on the offensive side in this game. Stay tuned. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm Attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Welcome back to Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for today's games and the doubleheader. Ouachita got out of that inning. Luke House was the pitcher. Successfully got out of the inning. Had a runner on second and left him stranded after a walk. Starting things off, hitting for the Tigers is Wesley Scott. The pitcher he's going to be battling against for Harding is Merritt J. Jay is a junior. His previous school is Lamar High School. Hometown, Arlington, Texas. Got him listed at 6'2". A couple of awards. He was all GAC honorable mention last year, as well as GAC Elite Scholar Athlete. That pitch is fouled back. In his career, he has a 13-4 record, a 3.91 ERA in 24 appearances, 87 strikeouts, and 94.1 innings pitched. Called strike there. The pitch to Scott, high, called ball. Ouachita looking to obviously not allow the sweep that Harding is trying to put here at Rab Rogers Field. The full count. Called strike 3, swinging strike 3, and it's going to retire Scott. First strikeout for Jay. Interesting to see Scott bat from the right side. He is a switch hitter. Does well on both sides, and especially against a righty. A lot of time against a righty, you see a switch hitter like Scott bat from the left side, and instead he decided to bat on the right side. Now to the plate, center fielder for Ouachita. The 1-1. Slider almost hits him. Now backs away from it. The pitch. High fly ball to right field. And that ball sneaks out of here. I didn't think it had a chance, but it did. Wind is blowing out to right field. Now with a different start for the Tigers. Starts things off. First hit of the game with a home run. Took it the other way, backside. Nice job there. Getting Ouachita with a little bit of a different start. Ouachita's last run in the last game came from a home run, and they start this game with one as well. Garrett Graham, the one who had 2 hits, now up to the plate. He had one of those home runs. Nice job by now to just stay on plane and push it to the other side. And that wind helped him out a little bit, but I think he got just about every piece of that as well. Jay with the windup. On the outside, nice job from Jay to battle back. 1-2 count. After letting up a home run, sometimes pitchers can get in their head a little bit, and it almost throws you off your game, you could say. And Jay strikeout swinging as Graham does a nice job to battle back from that home run, not let it get to him mentally. Jackson Jester now due up, one of those guys. Talk about home runs. He's one that can definitely put one out. Only a freshman and has not had a home run yet in his college career, but he's one of those guys where with the wind blowing out into right field, he's one that possibly could send one out. That ball, check swing up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Spinning. Nice play. It was a check swing. Went right back up the middle between Jay's legs, and nice job. I believe that was the third baseman, Lacey, to make a grab on it and spinning play. Jester could not outrun that one. As Ouachita takes the lead in the first inning with a big home run from Isaac now. The first hit and first home run of the game. Luke House remains pitching on the mound. Stay tuned. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who's an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
I've heard people say Ouachita,
Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Welcome back to Ouachita Sports Digital Network. If you missed it, you missed a big home run as we're started off to an early start with Seth Johnson. He's been great in both of the games today, starting his day off with a double, stand-up double. He had 2 doubles in the first game and a home run to go with it, and here he is in this game with another double. Seth Johnson is a .306 hitter, as well as ranked in the GAC in 2023 at number 6 with home runs. And he's one of those hitters that if he gets a hold of it, it's going to go. Nice job from House to bounce back with a strike. To the plate is Colton Dow, the right fielder for the Bisons. Tries to go back to the slider, doesn't get the same result. Called ball. The 1-1 to Dow. Goes back to the slider again and gets the check swing, called strike. Dow looking to get a strikeout. Excuse me, House looking to get a strikeout. Check swing. Said he didn't go that time. House looking to get his first strikeout of the game. 2-2. On the outside. I could tell Joseph Bowling, the catcher, thought that one might have been a strike too. So he hesitated a little bit, thought that he was going to hear the strike in his ear behind him from the umpire. Regardless, full count, 3-2. Fastball, can't locate it. Gonna lead to another walk for Harding. That's the second walk in today's game, both of them being to Harding. So Ouachita with an early home run in the first from Isaac Now, and then Harding now looking to respond to that 1-run lead. Fastball on the outside, way outside. Since this is game 3, you really don't have to save anybody for any type of game. Obviously, there's midweeks on Tuesdays that you have to think about, but those aren't credited toward conference. Conference is what's most important. Ball thrown in the dirt. Bowling blocks it up, but allows Johnson to advance to third. Runner on first, Dow cannot advance, though. He's stuck at first base, first and third, with nobody out. House looking to battle back. Hitters count. Fastballs missed from Martinez. Martinez, the catcher. A .296 hitter career, and pickoff almost got him. That's Cassidy at first. Has in his career is 31 doubles, 13 home runs, and 85 RBIs. Was all GAC honorable mention in 2023. House looking to get out of the inning. Picks off again over to first. Obviously, House not wanting the run on first down to be in scoring position as well. A big lead over on first base. House ball belted into right field on the warning track is Bell. Thought that one had a chance, but did not. Regardless, it's going to score Johnson from third. That's going to tie things up here at Rab Rogers Field.
Shortstop Cooper Newsom.
Newsom now to the plate. He's the shortstop for the Bisons. So that fly ball in the right field did score one, but did not advance Dow on first base. First pitch fouled back. We've seen House pick off quite a bit over there to Dow. Dow has not tried to steal yet. Newsom's a .294 hitter in the career. In his career pickoff, and he gets him now. Big pickoff there. Puts things to 2 outs for House. We saw him trying to keep him honest over there, and finally picks off and gets him. Cooper Newsom, the hitter, got 2023 GAC Freshman of the Year. As this is one of the best Harding teams that we've seen in a while. Struggled 3 years ago, and in the past couple years have struggled. House with a big strikeout after the pickoff. Harding scoring one, responding to Ouachita's home run that Isaac now hit in the first. Ouachita looking to add on to the lead. Break into the lead after Harding tied things up. Looks like Jay is going to remain out there for Harding. Stay tuned. We've got a good one here at Rab Rogers Field. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
We're back here at Rab Rogers Field. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for the games today. Austin Gathright due up to the plate. Freshman starting at second base in the third game of the series. Lays down a bunt, tries to lay it down, and it pops up. Luckily, got a bit of a break there. We saw him lay down a bunt for a hit in the game on Friday, and that's what helped Ouachita load the bases up, but they could not score a run. In the game on Friday, Harding won 4-0, and that was a bit of the turning point after they could not score a run with bases loaded, and just a dominant performance from Maddox Long after that. Merritt J., after letting up a home run to Isaac Now in the first inning, has settled in a little bit, striking out 2. Swinging foul back strike. We saw Austin Gathright get pinched hit in, substituted in the game just before this, the second game of the series. He struck out coming off the bench. It is tough after sitting there for 6 innings, and then you get the call to go hit and struck out. Let's see what we can do here on 2-2. High and outside. We hear this dugout for Ouachita a little bit louder than the last game, a little bit more energy. Gathright coming into the game, a 200 average hitter. Slaps the ball into the 6 hole. He's going to beat that one out. As a nice play by shortstop to stop it in the infield, Newsome, but credit for the hit is Gathright. Cole Bedwell up to bat now. Austin Gathright, one of those players that doesn't really have a lot of power, only being a freshman, looking to add some weight. But he's one of those guys who his hand-eye coordination and bat-to-ball skills are very impressive. Can almost feels like he always putting a bat on the ball and not striking out very many times. In the season, he's only got 3 strikeouts and 21 ABs, so a guy that will put the ball in play, and just as he did there, put it in play. Didn't hit it hard, but out of reach. And credit for the hit. Cole Bedwell, third baseman, started at third last game, and here he is again at third base. Pick off to Austin Gathright. The 1-1 to Bedwell. Slider looks like he did not get on top of it like he wanted to, slipped out. Ball high. Now in a hitter's count is Bedwell. He's a guy who can do some damage to the ball if he gets a hold of it. Foul ball. In the Fall World Series, where Ouachita splits up between 2 teams, evenly divided, with team captains on each being older guys. Luke House was one of them, and Chase Oberly was also another one of them. Cole Bedwell hit the walk-off grand slam for the black team, I believe, and gets called strike 3 on the inside. Nice job from Jay to bounce back, and what was a hitter's count struck out Bedwell on a fastball. Joseph Bowling now to the plate. Called ball. Ouachita starting this inning off with a hit with Gathright, putting it in the 6 hole. Looking to score. Another ball. We've seen Jay fall behind in back-to-back at-bats. Bowling is a junior from El Dorado, Arkansas. The pitch to him on the outside, ball 3-0. In 2024, Bowling finished the season with a .313 batting average. He had 6 home runs and 6 doubles. Inside pitch to him, way inside, almost hits him. Called ball.
Now batting first baseman, Kendall Cassidy.
Kendall Cassidy now due to the plate. Is Harding coach going to have a little talk with him out there on the mound, calm things down. We do see some movement over there in the Harding bullpen. Maybe give his pitcher a little bit more time in the bullpen to get loose just in case they need to. And Jay has not been bad, as he did let up a big home run to Isaac Now, a backside home run as well to right field, but has not been bad since then. Only letting up 2 hits, one being in this inning from Austin Gathright, standing on second base. Talked about Kendall Cassidy a little bit. The transfer from McLennan Community College got him at the semester, as we had 2 transfers at the semester, both from McLennan. One being Kendall Cassidy, the other one high fly ball. Gathright looking to tag on second base, and he does just that. As Cassidy does not get a hit, but does move runners over with just 1 out. Runners in scoring position. Now at the bottom of the lineup is Logan Bell, right fielder, and then if he can get on and not roll into double play, it brings up Wesley Scott, who does well with hitters on.
Now batting right fielder, Logan Bell.
Logan Bell looking to do damage here. Slider in at his feet. Bell, normally the first baseman in today's game, starting in the outfield. Fastball on the inside, just inside. Logan Bell, transfer from Crowder Community College. Have a couple of Crowder transfers on this team. Another one being Reese McWilliams. Strike on the outside. Bell is a senior. He's from Cabot, Arkansas. One of the only older guys on the team for Ouachita. Inside, wanted to go for it, did not. Could have been called a strike. Harding fans thought it was. Hard to tell from this angle up here. Regardless, 3-1 now. Hitters count. Bell looking to do some damage with runners on third and first. Strike 2. So 3-2, 2 outs. This is big if Bell can somehow reach first or even get a hit and score Gathright on third. The pitch from Jay on the outside. Ball just missed on the outside. You can see a little bit of frustration from Merritt Jay on the mound as he slaps his glove down and a little bit of disbelief. Jay already has 30 pitches in 2 innings of work. And if you look down at the bullpen over there in right field line, you see some pitchers standing up, moving around, stretching, but nobody on the mound. So it looks like they're going to keep Jay out here at least for this inning. Talked about how big it was for Bell to get on base and allow Wesley Scott to have a chance at it. Scott, one of the best hitters undoubtedly for this Ouachita team, only a sophomore. Has 3 home runs on the year. Fastball right down the middle. Scott also has a .382 on-base percentage. The pitch from Jay. Ball in the dirt. Hear the dugout getting rowdy on the third base side. The 2-1 to Scott. Slider in there for a strike. Nice pitch there from Jay to bounce back. Now a 2-2 count. This is big. We saw on Friday bases loaded with no outs. Ouachita couldn't score. See what they do here. The pitch. Slider. Catcher thought that he tipped the ball. Umpire thinks otherwise. 3-2 again. This time with Scott up. We saw Bell in a 3-2 count. Runners are obviously going to be on the move once this pitch is delivered. Big pitch here. Jay delivers. Fastball. Sent back up the middle. Scott gets a hit. Scores 1. Scores 2. Is Joseph Bowling running in and allows Bell to advance to third. Huge hit there is Scott. Just sent it right back up the middle and leaves Isaac now, who homered in the first inning, up to bat. He homered going backside, and this is a big spot as now Ouachita seems to have a little bit of momentum and going their way. That puts the lead 3-1 with 2 outs. The pitch low. The pitch. Hit to third. Has to make a throw over there, and he does. As Ouachita puts up 2 in the second inning with the help from Wesley Scott to drive things into right center field, allowing Gathright and Joseph Bowling to score from third and second. Harding coach still upset about the call that arguably could have changed the way and the outcome of this game. We see Luke House coming back out to pitch for Ouachita. We're going to take a break. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
We're back here at Rob Rogers Field. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for today's games. And last inning, Wesley Scott helped put this Ouachita team in the lead with a big line drive, bases loaded, that scored Austin Gathright and Joseph Bowling from third and second base, giving Ouachita the lead. Harding now looking to respond as Kirkbride is up to the plate. Kirkbride, only a sophomore. We got him listed at 5'5", 140. And his career is a .309 hitter with 2 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Born in Memphis, Tennessee. Swinging, somehow gets a hold of that one. In the season, he only has 6 strikeouts. As he puts that one on the ground, gets a bit of a bad hop off of Cole Bedwell's glove. Kirkbride thought about taking second, stays at first. Bit of a bad hop or whatever you want to call it. But it now turns things over to the top of the lineup with Newsom. Now to the dish. Excuse me, Bowie to the dish. Fastball in the dirt, and you can see the frustration from Luke House on the mound as he pats his glove. Nice job by Bowling to at least stop it and not allowing him to advance all the way to third base. Kirkbride shown a little bit of speed on the base path. Slider in on the hands. Bowie can't do anything with that. Bowie now with 1-1 against him. Hit hard in the 4-hole as has a look to score. And he does as Kirkbride jumping and skipping into his dugout, trying to get some momentum going back in the other dugout as well. Cuts the lead to only 1.
Now batting third baseman Logan Lacey.
Lacey now to the plate. Lacey had a great game in the last game that these two faced off, which was about an hour ago here in the series. Slider to Lacey, strike. Picks over there. We saw House get a big pick off and picked a player off at first base and tries to do so there. A little update on the Great American Conference standings is Harding 8-0, leading the GAC. Arkansas Tech right behind, and then Ouachita at 5-3. Monticello dropping 2 games back-to-back over at Henderson State. Moves them to 4-3. The pitch, strike. House still with no outs in the inning, which felt like a very long inning. Looking to get out of it. Nice job, nice slider there from House. Gets the strikeout.
Designated hitter Colin Helms.
Just that slider, too much to handle for Lacey. That makes House's second strikeout of the game. Ball hit up the middle. Now's not able to get to it.
First baseman Harrison Griffith.
Colin Helms with the hit there. Just sent it right back where it came from, up the middle. We've seen quite a few base hits up the middle. Wesley Scott getting one earlier for Ouachita and another hit there. As this game quite a bit more exciting than the last one. Last one was nothing but Harding the whole way. This one looking like it's going to be one of those that kind of comes down to the wire. House's pitch, ground ball to third. Bedwell gets a glove on it, puts it over to first. Nice play. There's Cole Bedwell. Harding dugout and fans thought that Cassidy might have came off the bag, but I guess he got his foot back on there. Umpire says 2 outs. As that does advance runners over to third and second base with 2 outs. To bat is Johnson. Inside pitch. Ball. Talked about Johnson being one of the best hitters for this team. 400 average on the season. Coach Luke Howard going to go talk to Luke House on the mound. Try to calm his pitcher down. This might be one of those situations. We saw a big home run from Johnson in both of the games, one on Friday, one earlier today. And this might be one of those situations where with 2 outs, you can afford to walk a guy like this. Obviously, if he's going to swing at it and make that decision to swing at balls in the dirt, then you'll take the strikeout, but not going to give him anything over the middle, as I'm guessing that's probably the game plan going into Seth Johnson as the hitter. He's a guy who does very well with balls inside. Can really pull the ball, especially with this wind blowing out into right field. Ouachita not being a super deep field, 330 down the line, as they are going to intentionally walk him. As I said, I figured they would at least try to pitch to him and see if he'll swing at it, but they're just going to put him on first base, which is going to bring us to Colton Doyle to the plate. Not as good of a hitter as Johnson, but still a pretty good one, 289 average. First pitch ball. As this now does put a little bit more pressure for you to throw a strike, though. Obviously, you can't afford a walk. Bases loaded. The pitch. Nice slider. In there. 1-1. Luke House looks at his catcher bowling. Throws it in there. Nice slider again. And you can see the presence from House after that meeting. Looking dominant. Slider on the outside. Ball just off. One at that one. 2-2. Saves Doyle from walking back to the dugout. Let's see what House can do here. The pitch, fastball. He sends him back to the dugout and gets out of the inning with bases loaded. Nice job from House to limit the runs only to 1 in the inning. Big strikeout, bases loaded. Limits the damage. Only a 1-run lead. Ouachita. Let's see what they can do offensively to add on to it. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
We're back here at Rob Rogers Field. Garrett Graham, due to the dish, we saw a big home run from him earlier today in the first game of today, second game of the series. Had 2 hits in the first game. Has not had a hit yet in the third game. Second game today, has 1 strikeout in his 1 plate appearance. Ball gets him on the elbow, I believe, maybe jersey. Either way, hit by pitch. Free bag. Jackson Jester now due up.
Jackson Jester.
I think Harding is going to go to the pen. We see the movement down there, and we see head coach Patrick Magaya taking out Jay. Merritt J, wouldn't say it was a horrible game. Did let up a home run from Isaac Now. 3 earned runs. Only 2 innings pitched and 3 hits. Gets a round of applause from the fans for Harding. We're going to take a break as Harding, a little bit of a pitching change here in the bottom of the third. Ouachita looking to do some damage with a runner on first and add to the lead that they've got. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we and more will be on your side, by your side.
We are back here at Rab Rogers Field. We see the pitching change for the Bisons. Austin Job now the pitcher. In the season, he's pitched 10.1 innings, allowing 8 earned runs, ERA of 5.42, 11 strikeouts, and 15 hits. Let's see if we can get some more on Job. Ouachita has a runner on first as Graham, as he was plunked by the ball. Ouachita's came out swinging a little bit differently. We've seen already 3 hits. More, I guess, tied with last game's 3 hits, but now with 3 runs. We saw Graham with the home run, Isaac Now in the home run in this game. Jackson Jester, the freshman, due up to the plate. Job, the pitcher for the Bisons from El Dorado, Arkansas. He's a junior, transferred from Crowder Community College. The pitch outside. Jackson Jester is one of those guys. He's a freshman. The stats don't necessarily scream at you with a 190 average and 4 strikeouts. He has 4 hits. But nice bunt down the line. He's not going to run it out, but he's going to advance Graham to second base as he does his job. Nice job from Jackson Jester. Puts runners in scoring position, which now puts Austin Gathright to the plate. Gathright did have a hit earlier in the game. He also scored as well. 1 of 3 of Ouachita's runs in the game. Gathright's hit earlier in the 6th hole. She squares to bunt. We see Ouachita already with a little bit of smaller ball in this game. We've seen Gathright lay down a bunt in the first game, got it for a hit. Doesn't square this time. Ball outside. Gathright doesn't have a lot of power, but talked about it earlier, does a great job of getting the ball, getting the bat to the ball. But he takes that one for a strike. The 1-2 to Gathright. Gets a bat on it. Foul ball down third base line. Gathright, a little fun fact about him, big Baylor fan. Sister goes to Baylor. And it feels like anytime I ever see him watching anything, it's Baylor basketball. The 1-2 to Gathright. Fastball, strike 3, and a big scream from Job on the mound. A little bit of come on, maybe trying to get the dugout and his players behind him some energy. Cole Bedwell to the plate. Third baseman in the game. Slider ball. You see Job after that strikeout with a lot of energy, really eyeing down the dugout of Ouachita. And overall, just a lot of head shakes and a lot of energy. Foul ball. Puts 1 strike on him and 1 ball. Cole Bedwell struck out in his first time through. Slider hung deep left field on the warning track is Bowie. Nice grab. Bedwell just caught it off the end. One of those that you wish you had back, especially hanging. Slider like that from Job. Regardless, Job gets out of it. Ouachita threatened to score, but runners left stranded as Ouachita still remains in the lead, looking to keep it, keeping Luke House out on the mound. 3-2 ball game. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law. We're back. Ouachita 3, Harding Bisons at 2. Ouachita had the chance to score there. Cole Bedwell with a big, deep drive into left field, but a long fly out as Bowie was there to haul it in. Luke House, the pitcher for Ouachita, has been great so far, allowing 2 runs, having 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 hits. Has managed to get out of some innings where there were runners threatening to score. Luke House, one of the older guys for this Ouachita team, arguably one of the leaders. The 0-2. Slider, strike 3. As it now puts Luke House at 4 strikeouts in the game. Nice slider there, and couldn't even be touched with. Slider outside. Luke House already at 46 pitches through his 4 innings of work. Goes back to the slider outside, called strike. Something to note with this game, since it is the 3rd game of the series, it is only a 7-inning game. Usually they are 9 innings. The first and second game were 9 innings, resulting in Harding wins in their column, in the win column. Ouachita looking to not allow a sweep and get back in the win column. They've had some troubles here lately. Ball outside. Ouachita on a little bit of a losing streak. Lost 3 in a row. Faced Delta State, one of the top nationally ranked teams in the nation, on Tuesday for midweek after a long drive on Sunday night against East Central. Games had to get pushed back. The 3-2. Slider outside. Walk. As against Delta State, obviously you don't necessarily take or want excuses, but after driving and being on the road, not getting home on Sunday, I guess you call it Monday, I know some of the players didn't really get into their dorm rooms till about 1 or 2 a.m. It's tough to bounce back just a day later driving down to Delta State. As that ball's down the line. Harding getting the best of Ouachita Friday and earlier today in both games. Winning on Friday 4-0. And a big run rule win just earlier today. The 0-1. Slider taken the other way in right center gap. Diving effort, but cannot get to it as now. Nice job by Kirkbride. His second hit. Excuse me, his first hit in today's game. He scored one of the runs earlier for Harding. And we see Luke House in another situation with runners in scoring position. Let's see what he can do. Long fly ball. Into left field. Or down the left field line. The 0-1 is fouled back. House now at 54 pitches in the game. Interested to see when we see no movement in the bullpen for Ouachita. The 0-2. We've seen House go to his slider in situations like this. Interested to see what he does here. 0-2. Goes back to it, can't get the swing out of Bowie. Bowie got a hit earlier in his first at-bat, as well as a walk. The delivery. Another ball. Joseph Bowling blocks it up. But both runners advance. Now you take the double play out of the... with the runner on third and second. Wondering if Luke Howard, head coach for Ouachita, is going to have the infielders in. You see the shortstop in, and second baseman is not. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Luke House looks down third. Nice play. The runner on third. And gets the out. We saw House get out of a similar situation earlier in the game. Interested to see what he can do here. 2 outs. 1-run ball game. Slider in there. Called strike. The pitch. Fly ball in the infield. Somebody's going to have to take some initiative. And Scott does. Nice job from House again to get out of a situation where runners were on third and second base. Earlier there were bases loaded and he got out, and he does it again. Still just a one-run ball game here at Rab Rogers Field. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
And we're back. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for the games today. We've got Joseph Bowling to the plate.
Joseph Bowling.
He walked earlier in the game and got hit in, scoring one of the 3 runs for Ouachita. Bowling, the catcher. Slider, strike from Job. Job came in last inning and did a great job. Came in, got a strikeout, not allowing any runs. Faced 2 batters. He also had a little bit of energy about him, too, after one of those strikeouts. Joe with the pitch. In there on the hands. High and in fastball. The dugout with a lot of emotion. First runner of the inning. Excuse me, first. First walk and first runner on for Ouachita of the inning. See Coach Howard for Ouachita going down there to Joseph Bowling to just take a look at his finger and make sure he's okay. We've had some finger injuries in the year. We talked about Octavio, the catcher, another one of the catchers for Ouachita, out for a couple of weeks due to a broken thumb. Obviously, a bit of a sigh of relief for Coach Howard after he went to go check in on Joseph Bowling to make sure that he was okay. Ouachita cannot really afford to have another catcher out, especially one like Joseph Bowling being one of the leaders of the team. Here's Kendall Cassidy to the plate. Cassidy, like I said, not started off the season as a hitter, just a pitcher only, and then has got his chances in the past couple of games to show what he's working with. He squares to bunt outside, and the dugout is loud for the Tigers. We've seen a little bit of jawing back and forth between the dugout and Job, the pitcher for Harding. Inside strike as Cassidy squares and pulls back. Two one. Fastball inside. Ball. 3-1 count. Hitters count here for Cassidy. Cassidy does have a hit in his 13 at-bats, as that one's going to be a long fly ball to center field. Out number 1. As Seth Johnson just hit right to him.
Batting right fielder, Logan Bell.
Logan Bell, the senior for Ouachita, now due up. Earlier kept the inning going with a walk. A 3-2 count. And he got credit for the walk, loaded the bases up, allowed Ouachita to score as he swings there. The 0-2 to Bell. Outside. The pitch from Job. Outside again. We've seen Job these last two pitches and really this whole at bat working outside to Bell. Fouled away. Ouachita looking to add on to the lead and give their pitcher Luke House a lead to pitch with, as called strike 3. Joe with his second strikeout of the game.
Now batting the shortstop, Wesley Scott.
Now things are going to flip back over in the lineup to Wesley Scott. Talked about Wesley Scott earlier, one of the better hitters and can do some damage for Ouachita. Slider in there. He's got 3 home runs in the season. And if you watch this kid take batting practice, you might as well have somebody stand over that left field wall just waiting for balls to come down. Strike 2. Down early here in this at bat. Has a hit in the game as well as 2 RBIs. Fastball on the corner and a big scream as Job strikes out the last 2. And gets out of it with no damage. Nice job there from Job as he comes in to relieve Merritt J. In that inning with 2 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts in the game. We see Luke House remaining on the mound for Ouachita. Harding looking to respond with a run. It's been a little bit quiet since the second inning. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Welcome back. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for the games today. Partially because Isaac Bourne, the normal commentator for and the voice of all OSDN, is working a basketball game right now over there in Bill Vining Arena. The current score for that, as they just tipped off for the men's game, is 12-4 against Monticello. Luke House already with 2 strikes on the batter. And strike 3. House got him swinging.
First baseman Harrison Griffith.
Makes Luke House's 5th strikeout of the game. Pretty soon we'll have things completely up and running here at Rab Rogers Field, as it is the last home game for the Ouachita men's basketball team. As I said earlier, facing Monticello right now in Bill Vining Arena. After that game, we'll start getting the trailer and everything over here, as it'll be much smoother, much, you could say, better ran. As I would say, doing a pretty good job of running things. Not just me, but with the help, my directors and graphics right next door. Slider, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Luke House. As we've seen Luke House rely on that slider, and he does so right there. Make his 7th strikeout of the game. Now Seth Johnson up to the plate. We see a little bit of movement over there in the bullpen. But House really seems like, especially in this inning, he's, even with 63 pitches, remaining dominant and not easing up at all. In the fall, we saw House up to 94. A guy that can really throw the heater and throws the slider off of it. 2-1 to Seth Johnson. As you've seen Seth Johnson there on the 2-1 count really load up and swing. We've seen this hard in hitters' counts. Really try to take advantage of it with big hacks. Seth Johnson with a couple of doubles earlier and a home run in the game. Just outside. 3-2. Big pitch here for Luke House. Let's see what he can do. The windup. Strike 3. Big pitch there with 3 strikeouts in the inning. That'll get the dugout fired up. Going into the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th. Let's see if Ouachita can add on to the lead that they have. Big inning there for Luke House. Puts him at 7 strikeouts in the game. Don't go anywhere. I think this is a game that really might come down to the last pitch. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
We're back here at Rab Rogers Field. In the last half inning, Luke House was very dominant with 3 strikeouts facing 3 batters. Isaac now had a home run earlier in the game as he sends that one way up into the air over the third base dugout. his home run was a backside home run, putting it almost on the tennis courts over there behind the right field wall. Fouled again to the dugout. Hitting one of our new cameras that recently got put in. I think it's all right. I see a little bit of the dugout looking up there and seeing if our new equipment's all right, and it appears to be so. Slider outside. For Ouachita, you do see a little bit of movement with Tag Payco, I believe, and Luke Naher catching him down there in the bullpen. Big drive out to center field. Johnson camps underneath it and gets the first out of the inning for Harding.
Now batting left fielder, Garrett Graham.
Garrett Graham now due up. Graham had a home run in the second game of the series. First game today over left field wall. Poolside for him. Slider in there from Job. Oh, 1. Goes back to it. Gets a swing and a miss. Job has 29 pitches so far in the game. Ball in the dirt. Fouled back. As you don't see any movement over there on the first base side of things for Harding in the bullpen. And understandably, Job has been very dominant coming in to relieve Jay, not allowing up any runs. And 3 strikeouts. Fouled back again is Graham. Graham looking to find a way in this pitcher's count. Steps off. One, 2 to Graham. Fastball in the outer half. Tip back. And catcher for Harding, Martinez, does a great job to hold on to it.
Designated hitter, Jackson Jester.
Jackson Jester now up to the plate. He's been quiet in today's game. Is a guy who I talked about earlier, can really send a ball out of here quickly. Got a lot of power in that bat, and if you watch him in batting practice, can really send it onto those tennis courts in right field. Seen him clear the scoreboard a couple of times as well. With that wind blowing out to right field, he has a good chance and good opportunity to do so. 1-1. Ball hit to left field. Fly ball. And camped underneath it is left fielder Bowie. So Job yet again with another scoreless inning to his name. He's done a great job relieving Jay. As I said earlier, we've got a 3-2 ball game here at Rab Rogers Field. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
We're back here with a swinging strike. Luke House remaining out here pitching. 2 early strikes. He's got 7 strikeouts up until this point. And make that another one. Strikeout number 8 for Luke House with the slider. As you do see a little bit more movement over there in the bullpen as Coach Howard signals to his bullpen start moving around. Luke House starting to get up on the pitch number, on the pitch count. He's at 71. 42 of those pitches have been strikes. And down early here, 2-0 to Martinez. With only being a 1-run ball game, a big blast can really just tie things up. As Martinez tries to there, it's hit deep into right center field. Out number 2.
Now batting the shortstop, Cooper Newsom.
The shortstop, Newsom, now to the plate. He walked earlier and struck out as well. Slider taken the other way, down the line. Nobody can get to that one. Oh, 1. Slider on the outside. That's really where Luke House has been living in today's game, relying on that slider on the outside. As he goes to it there, but fouled back is Newsom. Pitcher's count here for Luke House. The windup. Slider, strike number 3. That makes 6 in a row for Luke House. He struck out the last 3 last inning, and he does it again here. Dominant performance from Luke House so far. Started off a little bit shaky, allowing 1 run in the second and another run in the third, but has really dialed in the past few innings. Now putting him at 9 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Don't go anywhere. Let's see if Ouachita can throw another run on the board, as they've been quiet since the second inning. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced?
Welcome back to Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Here at Rab Rogers Field, called strike there on Austin Gathright. As what started off to be what we thought was going to be a very back and forth game on the offensive side of things has quickly turned to more of a pitching duel between Austin Jobe and Luke House. Luke House at 9 strikeouts. in his 6 innings of work. And Austin Jobe with 4 strikeouts. He came in relief for Merritt J. Luke House is gone the full 6 innings. Gathright to second base. Nice play there by Kirkbride.
Now batting third baseman, Cole Bedwell.
Cole Bedwell now due up. We saw Bedwell earlier just miss a pitch on the outside, tried to pull it, got sent to the warning track. As I said earlier, Cole Bedwell is one who can really do some damage to a ball. As that one's fouled up and out of play. Cole Bedwell with no home runs yet this season, but has 3 doubles and 7 hits. Slider, he puts it in the left field, line drive. That one's going to fall down for a base hit. Nice job there from Cole Bedwell to get a hit for the Tigers.
Now batting the catcher, Joseph Bolin.
Joseph Bolin now to the plate. As you see, I believe that's Cade Bowman going to pinch run for Cole Bedwell. Cole Bedwell, not necessarily the fastest guy on the team. Cade Bowman, arguably one of the fastest. As Coach Howard knows, this could be a big run for Ouachita if they're able to capitalize on it here. If you're Jobe, you got to keep in mind that with them just subbing in a pinch runner, Cade Bowman's probably looking to take a bag and get put in the scoring position. Fastball in there. And if you're a hitter, if you're Joseph Bolin, you got to know that Jobe most likely is going to be trying to throw in fastballs to not allow Bowman to steal. As he does throw a slider in there. That one a ball. Just a bit outside, they say. Tries to pick off Bowman over there. Almost catches him sleeping. As he tried to act like he was about to come set, and before he even came set, picked off. We saw a pickoff earlier in the game on the other side of Luke House. Another pickoff over there to Bowman. The 1-1. Fastball sent back up the middle and gets his glove on it is Kirkbride, but that's going to put it in a tough position. The throw in from Seth Johnson is not in time. Cade Bowman in there. He's the pinch runner, and he scores all the way from first base. Big hit there from Joseph Bolin. He gets his first hit of the game and gets a run for the Tigers. That now puts Ouachita at 4. Harding at 2. As it's moments like that you don't realize how big a pinch runner can be for you. As Cole Bedwell, not to hate on his speed, but I don't know if Cole Bedwell could have reached first to home like that with the speed that Cade Bowman has. Bowman only a freshman. And that almost makes you think also with Kirkbride at second, if he didn't get his glove on it, obviously you don't prepare for situations like that, but if he didn't, it might have gave his center fielder, Seth Johnson, a better shot at the plate than what he had. Is whenever he deflected it, it kind of killed the ball right in between second base and center field, making it tough for Seth Johnson to make a play. That ball skipped across. Ground ball to second base. Kirkbride gets the out.
Now batting right fielder, Logan Bell.
Logan Bell now to the plate. He struck out and walked earlier today. 2 outs, runner on third, as Kendall Cassidy did advance on that ground ball to the right side. Another ground ball on the right side. This one called fair, as a big hit there from Joseph Bolin allowed Cade Bowman to score all the way from first base. Big run there puts Ouachita up by 2 going into the top of the 7th. This could be ball game if Luke House can complete the game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Welcome back. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for today's games. And the second game of the series, first game of today, ended up in a Harding win. And we're looking at Ouachita creeping up to get a win in the series. As I said earlier, this game is only a 7-inning game, it being the third game of the series. Kirkbride due up to the plate. He has a hit earlier. Took it to right center as he grounds it out to Reese McWilliams at third. We see Luke House back on the mound for Ouachita. He has 9 strikeouts, as I said earlier, and has really been dominant in the performance and in the success that Ouachita has had. You see the Ouachita bullpen, Tag Payco, getting hot just in case things do go south for Luke House, but there he is, strike 1 with 1 out. Ball thrown in the dirt. Tag Payco's been the predominantly big reliever for Ouachita. One of those guys that you can count on most of the time. As we see, he's getting loose. Ouachita has not used him yet. Really hasn't had a need to. The 1-2. Slider in there. Ground ball to shortstop. Scott makes the play on it. Out number 2. Ouachita now at 2 outs.
Third baseman Logan Lacey.
Lacey now to the plate. He has a strikeout in the game. Luke House looking to make that another one. As his first pitch is thrown outside. Another outside pitch. That one called ball. Luke House had 81 pitches in the game. 48. Over half of them have been strikes. As that one is also called a strike. 2-1. Another called strike. What was 2-0 just in a blink of eye is now 2-2 with 2 outs. Luke House, the windup. Slider on the outside, strike number 3, and gets a strikeout. That puts Luke House in double figures for strikeout in the game. Number 10 of the game. Ouachita wins the 3rd game of the series 4-2 with some early runs from Harding in the 2nd and 3rd inning. They cannot score from there. Luke House really locked in and got the job done. Some stats to point out is Ouachita's 5 hits. They struggled earlier in the series to get on base and get hits and did a great job, especially with that home run that got things started by Isaac Now in the 2nd inning. Backside home run. Also 4 RBIs for Ouachita. Only 2 walks. Only 7 strikeouts in the game as a team. Overall, a great win for Ouachita. Get them back in the win column against Harding, one of the best teams in the GAC, actually the best team as of right now. That puts Harding at 8-1 in the conference, puts Ouachita 6-3 in the conference. Currently, Harding is leading the way in the GAC at number 1. Ouachita is at number 3 in the conference. It was great games to call today. Harding does win the series. Ouachita gets the last one. Harding wins the series 2-1 here at Rab Rogers Field. Always good to end the last game off with a win for Ouachita. Was a great game to call. Luke House gets the win on the mound. I'm Grant Johnson, your commentator for the games today. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, sponsored by Taylor King Law.